All right, everyone, thank you for joining us now. Here's the last edition of the week, a Friday special edition of the program. Let's begin now with some of the top business headline on the program today. Millions of electricity consumers may be plunged into darkness in the coming weeks as the federal government, through the Transmission Company of Nigeria and the market operator, have begun a massive disconnection of debtor electricity distribution companies from the national grid. This development followed notices of disconnection from the grid served on some of the discos by the market operator. According to a statement by the TCN, based on the agreed 60 days extension of the grace period by the players and the electricity value chain, the market defaulters are expected to comply with the provisions of the market rules with respect to payment of their outstanding invoices, posting of adequate bank guarantees, and forwarding of their active power purchase agreement, as the case may be, to the TCN. But in a swift reaction, Discos, however, urged their customers to pay current and outstanding electricity bills to avoid disruption of power to homes, communities, and businesses connected to the networks. And away from there now, the cash crunch experienced in the country in the wake of the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy induced massive loan default by bank customers. That's according to a recently released report by investment banking firm. The report shows that responses from top bank staff revealed that loan approval peaked between January to March 2023, but customers were unable to repay as the non-availability of cash resulted in a sharp increase in loan default overdue on all fronts. The Central Bank of Nigeria in October 2022 announced the introduction of a new 1,500 and 200 notes by December 15 and the withdrawal of the old notes, but the failure of the exercise showed gaps in the country's poor political engineering and management. The currency exchange, national census, and national elections all planned to happen within 90 days to the end of the administration were just too many national activities to coordinate with this short period, according to analysts. And our Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, CPPE, says some tax and import duty provisions in the 2023 fiscal policy measures of the federal government will significantly hurt the economy and worsen the deindustrialization worries in the Nigerian economy. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the enterprise, Dr. Moda Yusuf, some of the measures could exacerbate inflationary pressures which are detrimental to economic growth and manufacturing, construction, and transportation sectors. Here, that fiscal policy measures must seek to ensure a good balance between objectives of revenue generation, boosting domestic production, enhancing the welfare of citizens, promoting economic growth, deepening economic inclusion, facilitating job creation, and recognizing societal ethos, beliefs, and values. Yusuf also noted that sustaining current investment in these sectors will be a Herculean task, maintaining that these policy measures fail to reckon with the multifarious challenges which industry operators are currently grappling with. But in the meantime, analysts and market players have warned of impending doom with the recent approval of the 22.72 trillion naira ways and means loan from the Central Bank of Nigeria. They say the move is capable of not only making the naira weak, but will impose galloping inflation, as this will lead to more printing of money to run the government. Part of the affairs is premised on the fact that Nigeria has already crossed the sacred borrowing limit of 5% of previous revenue allowed by law, which is also against the violation of CBN Act and the alarming growth. The Senate, however, complied and approved the conversion to a 40-year bond of the 23.72 trillion federal government's unappropriated expenditure funded by the Central Bank of Nigeria through its Ways and Means window. The implication is that the debt will take 40 years to be repaid by another generation to come, according to analysts. Well, there you have it. Those are some of the top business, so you may call it the big stories of the day.